Okay, let's push forward with our discussion on series and see what we can do with these series. We have series grades, and that is the series that we have seen before. I have defined, just for sake of time, I have defined another one before recording this video, series underscore grade underscore 2. It's just slightly different series. What you can do, you can add them up. Just like NumPy arrays, you can add them up, but we are going to also see a little bit more advanced version of adding them or dividing them. So I'm going to get the addition of these two. What else can we do? Well, we are going to look at methods, but one thing I want to discuss before getting to methods is accessing each of these members. What I can do, series grades, let me look at it one more time. That is series grades. Let me say series grades. I can access, let's say I want grade of Dan. All right, grade of Dan is going to be 93. What I did, I put Dan's, which is the label, name inside these square brackets, and I got the value 93. This is almost identical to dictionaries, right? Another way of doing this, which is just for pandas, is doing this series that I use Dan, right? So then if I even put D, capital D, and press tab, it is going to bring Dan. Let's see if it is going to give me same thing. Yes. Well, that's interesting. Let's try it with Yifan, right? I'm going to say series grade data y Yifan, right? It brings that, and it is going to give me 98. Oftentimes in pandas, that's you can do same thing with more than one, more than two, three different ways. Um, you just get used to it. That's just how it is. All right. I personally, I try to learn at least two. One definitely is required, but they're up to you. Know one, and then at least make sure you know one. This is one way to access it. This is another way of accessing it. The difference is that the first method will always work. Meaning even if you're here, you had a name or you had an index with a space in it. Let's say this one was Nasser Nikandish, all right, with a space between my first name and last name. This method will work, but this method will not work. All right, we will more on this in the class. Well, if this is the case, then we shouldn't be able to access these values using zero-based indices, right? Let's give it a try. What's the worst can happen? We're going to get an error, right? So if I say index, let me see. Well, initially, James was index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let me get index 5 and see if we are going to get error. No, it gave me a value of 10. What's happening is that even when you have indices that are not on surface starting from 0, they are customized indices. In the background, pandas keeps track of these zero-based indices, and you can access them. All right, let's give it one more try. Series grades index 2. It is going to give me 0, 1, 2. It is going to give me 60. All right, let me go there. All right, 60. Can we, this is access, can we slice it? Yes, you can slice it as well. Series grades, you can slice it. You can say, you know what, give me from 1 to 4, of course, so including 1, excluding 4, 1, 2, 3. So it is going to give me index 1, 2, 3, including 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's going to give me 98, 60, and NAN. Let me go there, and sure enough, it says 9860 and NAN with their indices. Can I reverse it? You know, this is a very interesting notation that you have seen it several times in your homework as well. Go from beginning till end with step size of -1. Will this work here? Yeah, it will work here. All right, so instead of going from James to Milo, now it goes from Milo to James. Yes. Did this? Let's look at series grades. Series grades is there. It hasn't changed because this kind of operation wasn't what is known as in place. It just shows you the result, but in the background does not change the series. So we talked a little bit about access. We talked about slicing. Let's look at other methods. All right, I'm going to just show you a few of them. Series grades. We are going to discuss them a lot more in the class. If I put dot tab, you are going to get a ton of these methods. All right, don't let this intimidate you. This is a lot, and as far as I know, most people don't use most of these. All right, for our applications. Whenever we need it, we will learn it. So there is no expectation from you to learn all of these. So let's just a few of them. Let's see a few of them. Let me see. You can always actually, you know what, let me take you to attributes. I'm going to come back to this. Let's look at the size. Right, it is going to give me 6. What is that 6? 1 2 3 4 5 6. All right, one more time, and I want you to see this. Series grade data size. Series grades data size. You see it says it's an instance, it's not function, so I didn't put parentheses in front of it. However, if I put series grade data count, if you look at count, it's a function, and I'm going to put parentheses in front of it. It is going to say it's 5. Why that there's difference? It's because of this missing value. Count does not count missing values, and makes sense because it doesn't have there's no value there. It's a missing value, right? Now with that, let's look at other methods. Series grades dot tab. Again, there's a ton of them right here. You can get a minimum, maximum. Minimum you are going to get. You can get maximum. You can get a series data mean. Let me see, series grades. There are interesting ones. Data tab. Give me a second. You see cumulative sum. Some of these we are going to discuss. All right, you can get data type, D type. The one that I want you to see is under T. See, it says you want grade of Milo. I will give it to you. It's right here. And you want grade of Nasser. It's also right here. We have those NDM, number of dimensions, and all of that. The things that we had in pandas, in NumPy as well. But something that I want you to see is shape size. All of those are here. 2. All right. So if you want those grades to be copied in a CSV file, you can do it to a dictionary, to Excel file. You can export it to JSON, to LaTeX, or to a list, Markdown, NumPy. All of these are available. This is an amazing capability. To SQL. One thing, let's look at to dictionary. Let's get it in a dictionary, all right, and see what it is gonna look like. So now my series turn into or this is a dictionary version of my series. And finally, series grades. Let's look at it. It still is there, so of course it hasn't changed itself. Series grades data. We talked about all of those. I'm going to go back up. There is something called values, value counts, value. There is going to be sort, all right, sort values, all of those. But there is something called add. All right. One thing that I want to bring up to your attention is before recording this video, I created another dictionary called the series grades _2. All right. This is just another dictionary. Let me add them up. Series grade plus a series grade _2, and of course you are going to get the result. Then if we can do this addition, what is the point of having this series grade dot add series grade 2? All right, on the surface it's giving the same results. All right, I'm going to end this video with that question, and we are going to discuss that question in class. Why is it that we have if we can easily add, and this looks like a nicer notation, if we can easily add two series. What is the point of having that add? You have division, you have floor, you have all of those arithmetic operations. You have them as a function as well. What is the point of having those? Let me give you a hint. It has something to do with handling these missing values. All right.